It usually begins after you've been dating someone for, and a year, two, three, five, 10, whatever. You are tired of dating. You're of marriageable age. You're looking for the relationship to advance to a deeper level of commitment. You want to get married. You don't want to just shack up or to be the baby mama or to just date endlessly. You want to be a wife. So you broach the subject with your man. How do you feel about marriage? Let's get married. Let's do this. I want to be married someday. You start dropping hints. That's usually how it starts. First, you start dropping hints. Then after that, you may come right out and tell him, I'm tired of dating. I want to get married. When is it going to happen? Or, are you planning to marry me? I mean, women, they want to know. They want to ask that question. As an aside, that's something that should have been discussed before you started really getting involved with dude, but we'll talk about that on another video. So, you start inquiring and you're getting anxious because you don't want to feel like you're going to move past your best years wasted on this man and with nothing to show for it. So you're kind of anxious. You want to move things along. So after you bug the fuck out of him for a number of months or possibly even years, he finally pops up with this ring, right? He proposes, he gives you a ring. Some of them usually will just you be in the mall one day and they just drop through the ring store and, get the ring right there. It's not even like a proposal. They just give you a ring. Those are two ways that the game is played. Now, you're excited because you don't even understand what just happened. You think that this means something, that you finally gonna get the marriage that you have dreamed of, and so you run off and you start showing your ring to all your friends and talking about what kind of dress you gonna wear and what your wedding colors is gonna be and looking at places to have it and all this stuff. But the magical part of this game is when somebody asks you, well, when is the wedding? What's your date? What you guys looking at? You don't know. The reason you don't know is because he's never given any idea about when this would happen, what time frame. You just took the ring and just ran off, all excited like an ingenue, talking about, I'm engaged now. And I have to say this, what you just got in that situation, I call it a shut up ring. You got something to shut you the fuck up or stop bugging the fuck out of him about getting married. That's what you just got. And a shut up ring will be given to make you stop asking about when, if you guys are going to get married and stuff, because now you had a ring. So obviously that question has been addressed as, to your satisfaction, because now you have a ring and you think you're engaged. The magical part of this, the magical part though is that you never set a date. Every time you ask him, well, let's do it for, this year, May, June, July, August, February, whatever. You want a date. You want it to happen. You want to start making plans. You want to go and book halls. You want to order your wedding gown that it takes 9 months to get. You want to, do all the stuff to start moving things along so that you guys have this wedding, this big wedding that you've been dreaming about. But every time you do, you run into a roadblock. You run into a stone wall because he's not ready yet. He got to work. He don't have enough money. He does things not quite ready. Or another component of this game is they start telling you what you need to do before you guys get married. You need to lose weight. You need to have more money in the bank. You need to get a better job. Some habits and something that you have, you need to stop doing. Some things he wants you to do, you need to do more. He's going to set up some kind of little, where you got to run the gauntlet to, get this wedding date. Then, even if you have the wedding date, somehow it keeps getting pushed back. It keeps, changes. It keeps changing. What you just got, girlfriend, is the shut up ring. And this game is so common. I run into women who had got a shut up ring 10 years ago. And them heifers still ain't married. You know what I mean? The dude is just, he wants to keep things as they are. He wants you to stop bugging him about getting married because he doesn't want to marry you. That's the bottom line. A dude who wants to marry you, you won't have to ask him anything about marriage. He will come out with it probably before you're even ready. That's been my experience. You're not really even thinking about all that yet. And they ready to nail, they ready to nail it down. They can't wait to, call you their wife. So if you don't have a situation like that, but you have a ring and no date for it to happen, he doesn't really seem to be that interested. Every time you bring it up, he got some excuse why he can't talk about it. He can't decide. He don't know. He can't do it that day. You can't do it that month. He can't do it that year. You should rest assured that you have a shut up ring. Now, why do men give women shut up rings? Because they work. Because you all focus on the ring versus the marriage. You focus on the ring versus who you're marrying. You focus on the ring and, this big fairy tale that you have of being, somebody's wife versus the realities of your relationship. Because if he really wanted to be with you like that, nothing in this world could stop him. He would most likely be the one suggesting that the date be soon because he wants it to happen. You got a dude who's willing to put it off for 2, 3, 5 years. I mean, it's outside of you being a college student and you need to graduate and get jobs. Let me put that in there. But you have a mature age, you out of school, you both working and stuff, and he's talking about a 2 or 3 year engagement and he ain't going to Afghanistan or some shit. No. You getting played. That's what you're getting on. You're getting played and you're a willing participant in the game. So there has to be some kind of reality check for women. And my thing is this: when you get a ring, the date should be set there that day, if not like within the next 24 hours, the actual date, so that you guys don't, when you start showing the people the ring, you can tell them to reserve this date because this is the day that we're going to do it. This is the day we decided to get married. And then you extend your hand and you flash your diamond, and then, everything starts happening. If that's not what you have, and you have a man who seems hesitant about setting a date, then, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. Personally, I can only tell you what I would do, and that would be to give him that ring back and break it off, because he's basically just trying to keep you on the hook, to keep whatever goodies you've given him, sex, cooking, cleaning, being the mother to, his kids or whatever, some usually it's a relationship of convenience. And he wants to make sure that everything that's in place remains as easy and convenient for him as possible. He doesn't want you to leave. He wants you still there, giving him those services and benefits that he's been getting out of you. So the best way to do that is to make you imagine that he's going to be your husband. And so you can, a lot of women start giving even more because they in wife mode now, so everything doubles up as they give even more and more themselves, trying to, please this guy and appease him and make him think that marrying them is the best decision that he ever made. But see, he's supposed to think that before he even gives you the ring. He's supposed to think that just looking at your face without you having to, perform all these services. It's like you're trying to earn the title of wife, and that never works. It never freaking works. And the shut up ring game is an unfortunate one that is played on a lot of women. And anybody that that's been engaged for more than a month and they don't have a date set yet, you can bet that's what they got. Actually, I would say a week, but I'm trying to be, I'm trying to give folks, really it would be like a week. If a week goes by and you still don't have a date, you got a problem, and understand what's going on. But, I'm just saying a month just because, maybe people got to travel, maybe somebody's sick, somebody died. Who knows? There's issues that do arise in people's lives. But a date should be set very quickly. And if there's any excuses about, why the date needs to be changed, why he can't do it that day, then you need to nail him down. Sit him down and say, okay, what's going on here? You gave me this ring. I'm expecting us to move forward to marriage. What's going on that you don't want to set a date for it to happen? And, just keep nailing him until he's honest. But be prepared for the fact that You want something that he's not really willing or able to give you. It's going to be one of those two. I mean, he might not be able to make that commitment for whatever reason, but most likely he's not willing to. Like I said, it's all about the convenience for him. What you offer him that makes his life easy, and he wants to keep that flowing, so he gives you this ring. Um, you know, I don't know. I know it's hard because a lot of women, they dream of that. That's their dream. They want to be married. And to get that ring, I mean, the idea of giving that up just makes them like, I feel faint, lightheaded, and dizzy. But, you got to, like, some point, ladies, you have to realize that if you know the game, because I look how many videos I've made breaking all these different games down for you guys. I mean, I know that it's a lot to listen to. I understand that. But I mean, you have to take responsibility for getting yourself in these situations. I still have like dozens of videos to do, still dozens of more topics. I even myself can't believe how much bullshit there is out here in the dating world, and why I even have to make these videos. But this is the reality of the times that we live in. Okay, there's so much bullshit. Men pull so many bullshit ass games on women. It should be illegal. So I'm trying to tell you guys all of this stuff. I don't feel like I should have all this knowledge in my head and die and it still be in there and of no benefit to anybody in the world. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You have to take responsibility, though, for listening and putting the information that I give you into action. And this means that you're going to have to learn how to separate yourself and your emotional neediness from the situations that you find yourself in. You have to take charge of your emotions. You have to be more stronger and more determined to take care of yourself. Even in a situation where you're going to be hurt because the relationship is over, understand that you would be even more hurt if you move forward with a situation where a man is not really loving you. He doesn't really give a shit about you. He just gave you a ring to shut you the fuck up and keep you in his bed and keep you cooking and cleaning for him and whatever else you're doing for him. Sometimes it's some business thing you're doing for him, and you're doing it out of love because it's your man, and he's just accepting it because it's free. So you guys, really think about this. It's not too much detail I can go into, but I'll give you the criteria for understanding if, you got a man who's really wants to be your husband, and he really wants to be married to you, and he really wants you to be by his side for the rest of his life, versus some motherfucker who's just trying to set you up to use you. Okay, two different things. So you need to be aware of which situation you're in and respond accordingly. Do not waste your youth, beauty, and time on some motherfucker who doesn't really want you. You have to have enough self-esteem to let that go. Let that go, because he's not the one. And he shouldn't be getting the advantages and the benefits of your female essence and your time, your mind, your energy, your creativity. Nothing. He should get no benefits whatsoever from all that, unless he is the man of your dreams, which for most of you looking to get married would be your husband. All right. That's the story of the Shut Up Ring. My name is Deborrah Cooper. I'm the advice columnist on survivingdating.com, author of 5 books, which you can find on amazon.com. I'll be back in a few days with another informative video on better dating and relationships. Bye-bye.